What is up, guys, and welcome back. Might get a little windy up top. My headphones just died, so they won't cut the noise. So you guys kind of liked the land clearing video a little bit yesterday, so I thought I'd bring you down. House is there, obviously. Yeah, we got a little creek here. Well, this is old farmers doing what old farmers do. So I gotta get these out of there. This is an active creek that runs the majority of the summer. Sorry guys, it might get a little weird with the camera because I am in stickers land. I got burrs all over, it's on my butt, all over me. There's stickers everywhere. Ugh. This is actually, see, I have a cross beam there, cross beam here, cross beam there. And then you see all my stacked rocks. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but this is all the all of our goatees from the past. Babies, mamas, brownies. Miss Brownie is right there. That rock right there. She kind of started this because we need, some place to bury them on our property. I don't want to ever, a lot of farmers, jeez man, the freaking wind here lately is blowing everybody's trash everywhere. Anyway, so get that box out of here too. Good night. So this is the creek. So this is kind of, let's see if I can get across here. So the backyard goes clear down. You guys can see the fence tops down there. It goes clear down there. Right there at that corner post is the corner of the property line. So I'm gonna bring the goats up from where I was, and I think I'm gonna give them a lot of this side yard here, all of this. I might roll it up even with the edge of the front yard pasture corner right there, and then take it across beside the man bridge. So let me take you guys back up in here. Oh, jump the creek. So yeah, so creek there, one comes down out of here, and then they all feed into and go that way. And I've maintained all of these little peninsulas for the last 5 years, trying to mow them. I got a couple burn piles. This is where the pig lot originally stopped, because it's just a nightmare to move through this, clearing this. I mean, that is as thick as mud, and it takes you hours to get through it, unless I were to rent something, which I'm not about necessarily, nor do I want to put the money into, just so it'll be done faster. So what I've done is, in the past I had cut just a big enough path to run the 5 strand poly down through here, turned it right here, followed along the edge of this creek. What I'm working on right now, and you guys can't really see it, is clearing a straight line from here to that tree. Just clearing the fence, and then this will all be goat food. What I really want to do is walk you guys the whole thing. Can't zoom out any further, and the wind's coming in. So the creek runs all the way along here, and I've maintained that side, and I've kind of left this side to animals. The pigs were amazing at clearing the land. The problem is they ate it right down to the ground. Whereas the goats, of course, the wind just starts kicking up for no apparent reason. The goats will eat it down to the ground too. The people who know, we used to have coonies, and as long as they had plenty of food, they wouldn't dig up the dirt. They would just eat whatever was there. So I kind of rotated them around in here a little bit. Gave them short pastures up there. Give them this pasture back here. Cut them off. We ran them on a too high these freaking water vines. Now the goats will get them. Grapevines, muscadine. So this is all just open, ready to go. Just need to be able to get the fence down through here. So they'll have all of this. You guys saw, I will run. This has been a pain in the butt. I can't get down there because it's too soft. It's just a foot above creek level. And you get down there, you don't come back up out. But what I have done in the past is trimmed out some of these trees and things. Some of them I left strategically so the land would stop washing away. But now I think this is all crabapple. And it is a nasty, gnarled mess. And they're not friendly limbs. They're pokey all over the place. They're hard as a rock. They are green. I might throw a couple in with the girls. They love them. But I'm gonna... I used to run the fence along the top of this bank and just around this way. And then I let that go to pot over there and I mowed this side over there. And the pigs took really good care of it. But now, so you guys get an idea of where I was. I don't know if we can even... The corner of the front yard pasture is right there. I'll bring that fence from all the way to the back of the property line all the way to here. I will leave a spot and I'll just bring it across this way to the edge of the man bridge. That way it doesn't interfere with me getting things in and out of this area. You can see where I walk and travel all the time. So they'll have all of that, all the woods that I just showed you back to that line back there. Hi, ladies. They heard me talking about them. They've been very playful today. It's super warm. The weather is very nice. I'll move this house up there in the middle somewhere so they can just get in it, get on it, whatever they want to do. They like to play on stuff. To tear it apart and put it back together because the pigs... Hi, Gummy. Gummy, you're almost as big as Moon Pie. You really are. All right, Ferdinand. Look at Ferdy. Oh, I thought he was standing there handsomely posing. He's actually peeing, just so you know. Hi, Sprinks. You have one of the best lady beards in the business. I mean, look at that beard. So, I'll bring it up from the bridge down there, and I'm going to bring it straight across to this post. That'll give me another 20 foot of distance on this side so I can get stuff in and out of here without being a pain in the butt. And I'll run from that post straight across to that post. And I'll just put in a plastic post like this. I can pull it up in the morning, turn it off, pull it up, get in and out of here, feed the girls. Because I'm going to just let them out this man door. So they can come out this man door and they'll be right into this pasture. And then I don't need another gate. I don't need another door. And you guys can kind of see I'll get up on the high spot here. So they'll have clear out to that pipe out there that you see. Clear down past the house, all the way to the back of the property, all the way into the woods. And then I'll come up through here. As you can see, it's where I haven't been, it's crazy. And then where I have been, I'm basically clearing enough of this off so I can come down through here, lift up the stake, mow it, put the stake back, and then I'll run my fence. So a lot of you guys have never been all the way to the top with me. This is another, so when I tell you guys we have springs everywhere, this is all wet right here. This is pouring out of the ground right here. And they are wet springs. We get in June, July. This will all be dried up. The deer love this area back here. Now this is not my property. But when it gets to flowing in the summer, that is a 2 foot deep crevasse. And it comes from way up on top of the hill up there. The deer just love this area. And I don't know why, they always cross through here even though it's wide open. Excuse me. So you guys know where we are with the barn. Barn's right there. Cutie patooties are right there. This I can't mow. I slide down off of this hill and I end up down there, and that you stay there. Mid-July, August, when it's super dry. So I've actually had to dig this out. I dig this out every spring. All the water that comes down off of the hill washes the dirt down into my pipe here. And then I've only had water in the barn twice when we've had some major flooding. So now when the ground softens up, I get in here, I dig out the dirt because it's super easy to dig out. As you guys know, I just showed you the one back there, which used to be, I don't know if it was a spring turned into a creek that came down off the hill that had the tires in it. Spring right there where I just showed you the crevasse. Spring here, washes out here, floods the barn. Secondary spring right beside it, right there. Basically, what we used to tell ourselves when we moved out here is if you stick a stick in the ground, water will come out. And then I just traffic all that water around the back of the barn, down past the boys, straight out that way. I've tried to throw some stuff here. This is kind of like holding my bank in place. It's actually the side trim for this, or the roof edge trim for this barn. I kind of laid it up here. It doesn't look like it's done anything, but over the last few years, excuse me, it's backed up a lot of this hill and built a little bit of dirt behind it. And I've added some dirt into it. I think I'm gonna do some more stuff to just keep this held together. I don't know. I might like to level this whole thing out and just take out all of this area here and make it nice and smooth. When you pay a guy to put your barn in, he just levels the spot where the barn is. So I've come down through here already. You see all my branches and sticks and stems. Hey, Mello. All the boys. That's Mel. Latte. Blackjack. And Snickers behind him there. It's just kind of that kind of day, and it's warm, so everybody's out laying. So I'll have the fence. I'm actually going to move it over this year. I want to be able to run the mower one path behind the fence, because what I've done in the past, I had it up against this brush line, and when you create an edge of a forest, everything grows as fast as it can out into the open because it wants to have dominance. It wants to take over that area. And all I've done is fight this because the fence was right on the edge of the woods, and then everything grows out over the fence. And since I'm going to be doing a 5-strand now, it wasn't as bad because the pigs, I have this jacked up really high, but the pigs only had this bottom rung here and this bottom rung here. So within 18 inches off the ground is all I had to maintain above the fence, because the pigs are short and chunky. Coonies are low to the ground, and they respected the fence, no problems. And so what I want to do this year to save myself a headache is, my mower is like 60 inches wide, the deck. So I want to mow, I want to be able to get the mower down through there without worrying about bumping into the stakes. So I'll probably go 60 plus 5 or 6 to give me a nice line on the back that I can just make one trip down through there, keep it cleaned up, keep the woods from encroaching on the fence. Oh, here's Fluff. What's up, fat man? Nothing. Man, I tell you guys, I mean, we're getting out of sheep, but make no mistake, if I turned the sheep loose in the winter and never fed them a drop, they would come out fatter than they went in. I guarantee you. They're so hardy. So hardy. So I've just been coming down through here, clipping off everything that's mean and ugly and nasty and sticking out on top of the fence area. And then I'll run my mower down through here. Now this is a gas line easement that they mow because they maintain over top of the gas line. And since I'm maintaining over top of the gas line, I don't know if you can see down there, the yellow right there. It's where the gas line jumps the creek. But since they maintain this, I don't have to worry about it. So that's what they do if you don't mow. And since I do mow, then they don't come on my property. So as we're walking up the hill away from the barn, away from the boy barn, that's the goat barn there. You come up here. Dun, dun, da, da, da. And for you guys, I think I've gone over the orchard before. It's like cursed. Every time I try to do it, something goes wrong with the video or the audio. No joke. So here's where we stage up our round bales. We just kind of line them up like cannon shells, pointing them right at the gate. So then what we can do is, no messing around, just push the first one in line, goes through the gate, down the hill, to the goats. Yeah, I've tried some stuff this year to change up how we do hay, so there's some weird stuff going on up here. So this is the orchard. If you guys didn't know, this is pears, pear, apple, basically apple and pear in this row. Nope, I think I'm wrong. These, I'll have to do a full video. Yeah, that's what I thought. She has her nectarines. So she has 1, 2, I think she has 3 nectarine up here. 2 or 3 nectarine up here. And then this is all pear, all the way down the hill there. This is all apple, not all the way down. Pear doesn't go all the way down either. And then we have some fig, some Chicago Hardy fig up here. So we have fig, fig, and then on this row we have cherry, cherry, cherry. And then I have pawpaw. If you guys don't know what pawpaw tree is, check that out. They're pretty awesome. So we have pawpaw, and then I accidentally mowed a pawpaw last year. It's P-A-W, P-A-W, if you're looking. I do have a couple brush piles up here that I still need to burn off. Cherry, apple, and then down the hill here, we did all of our nut trees. And now I don't remember everything that she put. I'll do a more in-depth video. That one died, and I'll have to look at my graph to see what it is. But these are all, I think she did like walnut, pecan. I don't know, guys. I don't want to just guess a whole bunch of nuts. This is all nut tree there, nut tree in the middle, nut tree on the other side of that burn pile there. So these 2, 4, 6, 8 trees down here are all nut. And then you have pawpaw. And then the apples, pears, and cherry, and fig, and nectarine. And this is basically the other top side of the property that I never really show you guys. This I had to maintain and clean all of it. And because I couldn't use the goats because it's outside of the fence. So the fence starts right here. And we didn't let the goats out. So what you saw up there when we were walking, where you literally can't even see through it, this entire area looked like that. And when you're in here and you're mowing downhill and you're trying to clear and you feel like you're dropping off the edge of the planet there, it's a little freaky. And then this is where the front yard pasture ends and comes across this way, and I butted it up right to the edge of the buck fence. So if you guys can see, they have from this fence all the way to the driveway, and then all the way down almost to the house, and then back across to the goat barn. So that's what the girls have on this side of the fence, and then the boys have everything on this side of the fence. So the boys have from here to their, where their thing is, past the buck house there, and then they have all the way up to the line we just walked down, to the open gate where the hay is up there. So they have all of this, but there's only 4 boys and a sheep. So this is probably 5 times what they need, if not even more. So that's kind of it, guys. The county just replaced this culvert last year. And yeah, we won't talk about that, but it's probably going to collapse within a year or 2. Maybe I will talk about it someday, but not today. This video is getting long. Guys, we're only on 6 acres, and we're trying to utilize it inch by inch for what we need, rather than, when we moved in here, we had this huge, gorgeous, beautiful front yard before we were into goats, and I had to mow all that. So this all, I've cut about 3 hours of mowing out of my, well, when I need to mow, I've cut about 3 hours out of that just by having the goats work everything that we don't need. At a certain point in life, you got to realize that it's cool to have that big front yard and it's pretty, but you also have to maintain it. And I'm just, you know, we're at a point where we love our goats, and you know, that's free food, free roaming. Just let them go play, have fun, eat in it, you know, just do their natural thing that they would do in nature, and just enjoy being out there grazing. This is my big old maple that I tap for syrup, which I haven't been able to do in the last couple years because winter has been weird. And then I have 3, 4 sugar maples across there, and then this big maple here. And then these are, I think this is a walnut. Y'all can yell at me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then there's a lot of black locusts up through here, which is why we almost called this Locust Creek Farm, because there were so many locusts up here. Ow, I caught my head on the stickers. There were so many locusts, and then it was the creek, so that was the thing we were tossing around. But anyway, guys, these pear trees are amazing. Oh my goodness, I gotta get these cages off. Wow, it's amazing to plant something that you grew, that you started, that's now minimum 12 feet tall and as big as my arm. It's just a good feeling to raise your own food, to plant your own food, and to be able to harvest it. Look at that, man, that's insane. Little bird nest up there, we will not bother. All right, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Stuff to burn, fences to build, goats to make happy. And outside of that, we're too far away from anybody to give you a outro. I'll show you Jack just rubbing himself on the tree down there. That is all, guys. Bye.